All right, y'all. I am recording this quick video to give you a nice overview of especially if you don't have a lot of time, but you really want to get in there and make some good cash game decisions for DFS here today. I'm currently on DraftKings right here, just see it upper right hand corner. So the new feature of this I wanted to show is that it has a cash game optimizer. So this does use, to be very aware, highest ownership totals. So right now it's only Tuesday, so these are not projected as of yet. Um, right, so none of these are showing where it says projected ownership in the black box. So we are getting some other data here, of course, feeding in, and you get here, for example, a player that I have watched currently. Last game versus Kansas City, interestingly, 22 fantasy points, and his recent value is this is very important, 441 um, per point is the cost of his value. So, uh, considering that, I have watched players that I've made sure to keep as far as sleepers. I'm in the sleeper range right now. I'm not in the stud range. So you can go sleepers or studs. So looking for lower cost, which is under 5,000, under 5K players, because of course I need players under that to fit my lineup, everybody in, and at least a few studs. So I'm going to try to get another couple players to see with you real quick who else I can. But also, first, I want to look at the matchups and see what I can get out of these as far as picks are concerned. So let's take, for example, a higher scoring game with, let's take curiosity here, Baltimore favored by 9. See what we get here as far as projections are concerned and where we can find some of this value real quick. Because I think this is really an interesting way to do this, come up with cash games. Even though this is based on game script, we can still look at totals for Tennessee and where we're coming in at right now. So it does have, if you notice, on Sportsline, this is under the picks, which just shows you all the information relative to the game and picking, of course, but and even for projected totals on DraftKings. So you got Derrick Henry, 17 points projected. Tannehill, only 14 projected. A.J. Brown at 13. If you look on down the list as far as other options receiving, you got Corey Davis projected at maybe 3 receptions, 35 yards, and so on. I like Jonnu Smith. 2 receptions, 27 yards, the right price. So there's some consideration, some options there, as we're not going to take time to go over all the games, but this gives you a general layout of what to do, what to expect, what kind of scoring generally probably expect for each team based on this game script, which actually has it at 10 points favorite. If you believe that's what's going to happen with Baltimore, that's part of the real challenge is that you got to decide what that's going to be in the game. So, um, as far as anyone else here, I don't see if the value's good on Stills, I will play him. Yes, since he's in that role, second receiver slot, so we can go ahead with that. I like it. I don't see anyone else in particular except risky options towards the bottom for tournaments only. So we can take one look here at our studs before we try to, or at least just show you what's going to happen with the optimizer, because like I said, the ownership projections are not in yet. Now this is in as I compare to other optimizers out there, as I certainly do, that these projections come out much sooner, even over 24 hours sooner than other projection optimizers that I've seen, professional level optimizers. So now here we got our studs lined up. As far as anyone else that catches our eye, we can just roll with that and see what we get for now. And just, of course, this will take a lot of tweaking, But you will go back over here to the dashboard. You go right here, Cash Game Optimizer. This is what will happen. It'll generate your lineup based on the players you watched and the ownership projections. So you're going to get the highest out of the players you watched. It'll come up with the highest ownership projections. Don't be afraid to go with a defense versus a wide receiver, for example, right here, David Moore. I'm fine with that. That will work. A running back, now we're kind of pushing it. Maybe we can get him out and put someone else in as an option, such as Hyde, who we like. So you will have to fix a couple things, try to get away from some of that chalk ownership, at the same time going with the players you like and have watched. So that's looking well to me because I've got my quarterback, my mainstay running backs, at least two, and I got a stud wide receiver along with a couple, actually three really high upside receivers. Is one of those guys hit if you happen to get a low scoring divisional playoff round, games as some of those we apparently had last week. Um, on the lower end, at least through 3 quarters of scoring, then you're going to get yourself just enough possibly to cash in on a cash gain, just because you chose perhaps the right low cost, high upside receiver, and that could work well, especially correlated or stacked with a quarterback. If you choose the right defense, it depends on what you prioritize doing. But like I said, finding the value based on the point per dollar and or points per dollar per point. So you can go ahead and optimize it that way. All right, thanks for looking at this video here today, and you can find more at wealthyfantasyfootball.com for this divisional playoff week. Take care.